to talk about Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. The first thing I want to say is that this video has nothing to do with bashing her. It has everything to do with what I'm seeing happening in the relationship and in her breaking up and taking back Tristan Thompson. And I wanted to talk about what are the reasons behind that. Um, the first thing I want to make sure that you know is that to me, I think she's super fun. You know, whatever your thoughts are on her, it's fine. But to me, my biggest things to her or for her is that I just hope that she deserves better and just walks away and just stays as a co-parent relationship with this guy. Um, Trust me, I am not a relationship expert, but I have learned a few things over the last 2 years. I'm learning about relationships, learning about what occurs with relationships, and maybe you never know, you might learn something about your own life in this video. So the first thing is that I recently was reading an article from usmagazine.com, and it was talking about the relationship timeline of Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson, and so I was reading it, and I kept seeing just the ebbs and flows, like her breaking up and then her taking him back like 6 to 7 months later, and I noticed that there was a like kind of like roughly 5 or 6 months, which that makes total sense because what happens when you break up with someone is, you're thinking all these awful things when you first break up with them or when you first lose them. But then about 5 to 6 months in, you realize that um, all the bad things that happened in the relationship, all the bad things that went on, you forget. Your brain forgets about the negative things. So you just remember the positives. You remember how they made you happy. You remember how the good times, and those forgetful times get totally ignored. It is a brain, and it is that it's a normal succession to a breakup. The other thing with a breakup is that it seems as though she keeps taking him back when she's in a better place. So once she's in a good place, a happy place, then he comes back and either she tries to go back or he tries to get her back. So it's like he's done the damage, he's hurt her, and then he comes back. So that is more um when you've gotten over someone or you've worked through that pain of like that first 4 to 6 months of pain after a breakup, you're now starting to feel a tad bit better, and really you should be looking forward and finding someone that's a better fit, or just really more importantly, just finding yourself after 6 months. um but when that other person comes back into your life, then now you're kind of starting to heal, and then boom, that person takes you back. So it's kind of like he keeps getting the best of her. He keeps getting the 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 relationship highs rather than her just saying, no, this is over and I'm done, and I don't give a crap about how many times you've done this. I'm over it. So it's kind of like she keeps giving the best of him rather than just ending it. Um, uh, the other thing is that the biggest thing is that relationships are drugs. So depending on where you are in your well, no, reverse that. Pretty much any relationship is a drug. And if you're at the beginning and if you're in the honeymoon phase, um, your brain connects relationships like a drug. And the dopamine, the ups and downs, the highs, lows, all of that stuff it associates it like a drug. just like cocaine. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I can't break up with this guy, it's because you're addicted in some way. You're attached in some way. Same thing in if you're being in a relationship with someone, you are addicted to that person. You want to spend time. You're needy. Well, you might be needy. You you can't stop thinking about it, just like a drug. And it's exactly that. Is that all relationships are like a drug. But with this, it's just a really strong pull. So it's like she pulls away and then boom, she goes back. So it's a drug. She breaks up with them for 2 months and then boom, they one of them come back. And so it's that drug, and you gotta just quit it. You just gotta like quit that drug and be like, I'm over it, done, bye bye. I'm never gonna keep this relationship other than just co-parent. So it's really important to realize and to learn how can I um, meet someone and not get so strong that I'm getting addicted to this person or attached to this person when I don't know if they're good or bad. Same thing with Khloe and Tristan is that they really just need to end it. Though again, addiction, drugs is so easy just to kind of come back and to do what's familiar and to deal with the highs, lows, ups, downs, and your body and your system and your nervous system gets used to that ups and downs, stressfulness. You get used to it, which is sad. The other part and what I've learned is that cheating, essentially, whatever you accept at the beginning of a relationship type of cheating behavior, you have now given a pass to this person to continue to do this in their relationship. So let's say, for instance, you allow your boyfriend to kiss another girl on a dance floor while they're dancing when they're in a relationship. And you're like, dude, don't ever do that again. I'm never going to, you ever do this again and I'm leaving. Well, you essentially now allow them to have a pass and that you are accepting that behavior. Same thing with having sex with someone. So if you go and say, hey, you know, don't ever have sex again with another person, and that person has sex with someone, you catch him, he apologizes, you take him back. Next thing you know, he's continuously doing this. And he will continuously do this because you have given him a pass from the get go when you first said, I'll take you back. That was the negotiation, and you lost that negotiation. So, unfortunately, if someone cheats on you, the best thing to do is to get out. No matter what type of cheating you call it, or no matter what type of cheating goes on, out. That's my biggest advice. I know it sucks. I know you love him like crazy. I know he's awesome and I know he's super cool, but you pass my boundary, you pass my level of where I think it's not okay. We need to start saying you're out, and I'm not wasting my time with you anymore. Next is, so getting on to that or moving on from that, or the next step is boundaries. So you say, dude, you do this again and I'm leaving you. Well, you just set a boundary. So he does it again. Are you going to uphold that boundary and say, dude, you did it again, I'm out of here? Or are you going to stay and say, it's okay, I forgive you, don't do it again? Well, boom. Again, now you're accepting behavior and you're not honoring your boundary to say, I told you not to do it again. You've chosen to do it again, so I'm leaving. And that's the biggest thing is I'm guessing no matter what, she's setting a boundary of don't leave, don't cheat. And if you do, I'm leaving. But then when she catches them cheating, she's staying. So she needs to uphold that boundary of, I told you not to do this, you did it, now you don't get any pieces of me other than being your mom of your kid. So that's a huge thing of upholding boundaries. I've learned that myself. Dude, I don't want you talking to other women online. You're going to stop doing games and chat features because to me, you're just looking for attention. You're looking for flirting. You're looking for someone to talk to online. And unfortunately, I did not uphold that boundary when I caught it again. And I would really recommend to respect your boundary. If you're going to put it in the sand, you're going to put that line up. Once it happens, you're out. That person's out of your life. Okay, next. Okay, I already said that. Finally, is you have no clue what's going on behind the scenes. What he was saying when they caught him that he was having a baby from that new woman, and he, if I'm correct, he was denying that he had sex at all at one point and saying no, it wasn't true. So we on the outskirts and outside of the relationship have no clue what type of gaslighting's going on. What I learned, what gaslighting is you saying, I feel like you're doing this. I'm seeing you doing that. And then them saying, no, that's not true. And that's not happening. So it's essentially disregarding what is happening in your life and what you're sensing and feeling and seeing, and then saying that's not happening when you saw it. And so it's like huge, like you're like, what the heck's happening? So there could be gaslighting going on. So she's saying, I'm feeling like you're talking to other women, and then he's like, no, I don't know what on earth you're talking about. I'm not. And so you're just like, okay. And then the lying. So you don't know what type of lying's going on his side. That's making her think that nope, what, I'm being a perfect gentleman, but without him being honest and saying, yes, I'm talking to other women, I'm flirting, I'm kissing, I'm having sex, then you really have no clue as per what's happening. So this is just a few things that I've noticed with their relationship. If these things are happening to you and you've taken people back, or every time things are better after you break up and you take them back, please, it's the best thing to do is just to walk away. They've shown you their true colors, and it's time to go. So I leave that with you. I hope that this helps. And I hope it kind of sheds some light as per what's going on in her life and why it keeps continuing. So thank you and have a great day. Many blessings.